Hi, everyone. Welcome to your Oath of Honesty and Moral Conduct. I want to start by saying that my goal through this whole course is really to build a relationship with you and support you the best way I can. Now, to be successful in a learning relationship with someone, you have to know them and you also have to trust them. To accomplish this on my end, I'm committed to being available to you throughout the semester for assistance and support, answering all of your questions with honesty, and beginning right now, telling you a little bit about myself. Now, I'm a person that truly values compassion and kindness and honesty. These have all been a big part of me ever since I was a child. And because of my work working with families and children and in special education, they've really just continued to grow and become stronger. Now, I also want to say that times have changed since I was in community college, and I recognize this. When I was in community college, iPhones weren't even a thing yet, not to put too much of a time frame on it. But with that being said, I want you to be successful. And for me, that means mastering the content, learning the student learning outcomes, and feeling proud of the work you submit. Now, these pieces cannot be achieved by using AI or by not completing the modules. And I want to be fully transparent with you. I want you to know that I am going to be using a system to check submissions for AI and plagiarism. It's called Turnitin. Any program outside of the use of Word or Google Docs has a potential to be flagged for AI. Now, this includes word translation programs, programs like Grammarly, and technically, when you're using these programs, your work does change from your own writing. I also want to be transparent about the information I get from Canvas, right? That I can access through Canvas. I can see through Canvas how often you engage and with what portions you're engaging with. Now, this is probably my least favorite conversation to have, and I'm hoping that by having it, you have time to reflect and really think about why you're in the course and how you're going to achieve your goals and how you're going to lead to your success. Now, I would like to take a couple of minutes to ask some questions and give you a chance to reflect and answer them. My first question for you is, what would you like to leave the course knowing? Now, I know this course is general education requirements, and not all of you are here to become teachers, and that's fine because most of you probably will still become parents. And this course is really great for both things. As a teacher, you're going to gain a lot of insight and knowledge about development that's going to make you a very strong teacher. And as a parent, it's also going to benefit you, even if you're not a parent now, you might be someday, in understanding how children develop and knowing what is typical and atypical. Now, how would the use of an AI program, plagiarism, or cheating rob you of that goal? Simply put, you will not have learned the material. And I know it may seem like, well, I can just look it up later. But it doesn't really work that way, especially if you're working with children and families. So you need to know the information then to make decisions and help them make decisions. It also doesn't work that way as a parent. Yeah, you might look something up, but you really want to have that knowledge base to understand, is what my child doing typical? Is what my child doing atypical? Do they need assistance and support? All of that is going to be super beneficial, regardless of why you're using the information. And you may not think you're going to be a parent, but you might end up being a parent. So lots of reasons to really learn this material. Now, what is the value in learning the material without using AI? Well, you strengthen your ability to learn overall, and not just this material, but all material. You're going to be able to retain the information you learn in this class. You're going to have a new skill set and knowledge that makes you more marketable in the workforce, and knowledge that's going to make you a stronger parent eventually. If you do choose to use AI, who else may suffer from this choice? Well, selfishly, I'm going to suffer. I don't really care one bit to read AI has to say about child development. I want to know what you know. I want to make you the best student and teacher or parent you can be. The other people that are going to suffer are your classmates. The more everyone uses AI, the more policies will shift, and the more they're going to be more restrictive. And I'm sure even some of you are sitting through this right now thinking, why are we doing this? I don't use AI. So those students are already suffering from the other students using AI. The children are also going to suffer. If you're planning on working with kids, you need to acquire this knowledge, and not having it will delay their growth and achievement. The families you plan on working with are also going to suffer. You'll need to know what typical development is and atypical development so you can help them make decisions about schooling, intervention, and parenting. Okay, my next question is, what can you do in place of using AI? You can come see me. That's why I'm here. I want to help you. I want to support you. We can work together. You can go to the Writing Center. They are there to help. This is especially a great resource if you're learning an AI because English isn't your first language. You can talk with me about alternative ways to submit and demonstrate your knowledge. It doesn't always have to be a written submission. If you're not comfortable writing, we can talk about a presentation or an interview or a project. And the last question is for me. What will happen if your work is flagged for AI? The first time your work will be given a 0 until you meet with me and discuss it. If additional work is flagged, it will automatically be a 0 and we won't be able to discuss it. With all this being said, I'm going to ask you to make a pledge to me and yourself. And this is the pledge. I would like you to write it down in the box. I pledge to complete my work without the use of AI. This includes, but is not limited to, programs to help with my word choice, translation, and generation of ideas. If I need assistance, I will reach out to my instructor or visit the Writing Center. I will make these choices to ensure I benefit from participating in the class and leave with the knowledge I set out to acquire. All right? And with that, I'm really looking forward to building a relationship with you and supporting you this semester. Please reach out if you need anything. I'll see you in the next module.